Hello everyone. As you know that we are doing the graphical presentation of data in statistics, we are just doing the type frequency distribution graph. And under this, in my previous videos, I have explained to you about line frequency graph and histogram. But histogram was not completed in my last video. In my previous video I have explained histogram when the class intervals are equal and when the class intervals are unequal. Today we will be doing two more types of histogram when midpoints are given or when inclusive class intervals are given. So let's start with the when midpoints are given, how do we make the histogram? So first what we have to do is we have to convert the midpoints into class intervals. Because histogram is a two-dimensional, we need 0 to 10. That's why we can make easily 0 to 10, 10 to 20. We have to join the histograms. हिस्टोग्राम के बीच में गैप नहीं होता. Like bar diagrams क्या होता है, वो दूर दूर बनते हैं equal distance पे. तो हिस्टोग्राम क्या होता है, वो एक दूसरे के साथ साथ बनता है, two dimensional रहता है ये, right? So we have to first convert it into class intervals, right? And when we convert it into class intervals, that will be very easy. Then it becomes very easy for us to draw the histogram. So, and then class intervals are taken on the x-axis and frequencies are taken on the y-axis. And histogram is then constructed directly as we have made in the case of equal class interval. So let's start with an example. Here, the example is construct the histogram for the following. Wages are given, number of workers are given, right? So, first what we have to do is when the wages are given 5, 15, 25, 35, we should understand it is not discrete. Histogram has been asked, that means it is a continuous series. It is not discrete series if wages are given like this. So we should understand these are the midpoints given to us which we have to convert it into class intervals. Now how do we convert it into class interval? First what we do is we just take the difference. Difference of what? Difference between two midpoints. Like one midpoint is 15 and one is 5. We take the difference of it, it is 10. Then after getting the difference between the two midpoints, we divide it by 2. 10 divided by 2, it is 5. This 5 is added to make upper limit and subtracted to make lower limit. अब now you do. This is 5. अब आप इसका भी difference करोगे. 25 minus 15, 10. 10 divided by 2, 5. Again 35 minus 25, 10. 10 divided by 2, 5. So first we will make the class intervals. We are having 5 for every class interval. What we have to do is first we will make the class interval. We will add for the upper limit and subtract for the lower limit. So wages in rupees. Now this is 5. For this midpoint, what will be the lower value? We will subtract 5, and what will be the upper value? We will add 5. This 5, what we have calculated now, 5. So we will make 0 to 10. 5 minus 5, 0. 5 plus 5, 10. So number of workers, 10 is given here. Now this 15. To set the lower limit, minus. To set the upper limit, plus. Minus 15 minus 5 is 10. 15 plus 5 is 20. Is 20. Then again 25 minus 5 is 20. 25 plus 5 is 30. Class interval is 20 to 30 and frequency is 40. Then 35 minus 5 is 30 and 35 plus 5 is 40 and the frequency is 30. So this is the way to convert midpoints into class intervals. And how to plot it? Plotting is very easy like we did in the equal class intervals. Now here the class intervals are equal, 10 different. So we will make x-axis, y-axis. We will plot frequencies here, number of figures 10, 20, 30, 40. You have to take equal scale, right? Here 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. These are wages. This is wages. Here 0 to 10, it is 10. So 10. Right? 10 to 20 is 20. So from 10 we will start till 20. 10 to 20 is 20. This is 10. This is 20. From 20 to 30 it is 40. 20 to 30 it is 40. We'll go up till 40. 40. From 20 to 30 it is 40. And from 30 to 40 it is 30. So it will be 30. Your difference between these should be same. Only when unequal class intervals are there, then the width of these bars will be different. Otherwise your width of the bar should be same. It will not be there in the only when the condition is of unequal class intervals. Otherwise the width should be same in all the cases, right? So this is the case when the midpoints are given, and next we will be doing the case when inclusive class intervals are given, because that inclusive class intervals we again have to convert it into exclusive. So let's start with the condition when there is inclusive class intervals. So dear ones, it is when inclusive class intervals are given. When inclusive class intervals are given, we have to convert it into inclusive are given, we have to convert it into exclusive class intervals. Now inclusive class intervals are given like 10 to 19. That means 19 is included in this class interval only. It cannot be taken into that next class interval. 29 is included when the upper limit is included in the same class interval in which it is given. That is inclusive series. But what help us to make the histogram is exclusive series. So first we have to convert it into exclusive series, and then we will get our regular class interval. With the help of that we can easily make the histogram. So how do we convert it into exclusive series? First what you do is take the difference. Difference of what? Difference between the lower class limit or you can say and the upper class limit of lower class limit or upper class limit कौन सी वाली? देखो, we'll take the upper class limit of one class interval and the lower class limit of another class interval, the next one. Class limit of the next class interval. ठीक, उसके बाद class interval. Like here, this is the upper limit of one class interval and 20 is the lower limit of its next class interval. So we take the difference between 20 and 19. It is 1. After getting the difference between these two, and for the next one we'll take the difference between 29 and 30, then 39 and 40. 39 is the upper class limit of one class interval and 40 is the lower class limit of the next class interval. So we have to take the next class interval 1 and then divide this 1 by 2. What we will get? We will get 0.5. 1 divided by 2 is equals to 0.5. So this 0.5 will help us to make the exclusive series. How it will help? How we'll make the exclusive series? What we'll do with the 0.5? We add to make the lower limit. Sorry, we'll add 0.5 to make the upper limit and we'll subtract to make the lower limit. Now this is, suppose these are marks and number of students. Now to make the lower limit, we will subtract from lower limit, add to the upper limit. Now you do 10 minus 0.5, it is 9.5. 19 plus 0.5, 19.5. 20 minus 0.5, it is 19.5. 29 plus 0.5, 29.5. From the lower limit we are subtracting, for the upper limit we are adding. Likewise, 30 minus 0.5, 29.5. 39 plus 0.5, 39.5. Then 40 minus 0.5, 39.5. 49 plus 0.5, 49.5. Likewise, 49.5 and 59.5. So this has been converted into exclusive class interval, like the upper limit of one class interval and the lower limit of next class interval are same. Now this will become easy for us to make the histogram. So what we will do is, now how do we make the histogram? We'll make the histogram with this new class intervals, right? Now what we have to do, we have to pay attention here for one thing. Which one thing we have to pay attention here? देखो, अभी बताते हैं. ये आ गया आपका x axis. This is y axis. We'll plot here number of students. Plotting here is we have to take care about it. Here we'll put the marks. अब देखो 0 से पहला आ गया, marks आ गए 9.5, then 19.5, then 29.5, 39.5, 49.5, 59.5, 69.5. अब देखो इसके ना जो पहला डिफरेंस है वो कितना है 9.5 का, और उसके बाद कितना है 10 का. 9.5 plus 10, 19.5, then 10, then 10, then 10. So यहाँ पर हमारा जो पहला डिफरेंस है वो कम है, तो इसीलिए वी विल मेक अ किंक हियर. माइंड इट, वी विल मेक अ किंक. इस तरह से होता है ना, लाइन में इस तरह से लाइन बन जाएगी हमारी. दिस इज अ किंक. Kink shows that our first limit is first centimeter, first scale is short and the others are large, right? Small. First one is small and the others are big, large. And frequencies to be taken on the y-axis, like we have taken the frequencies 6, then 12, then 18, then 24, then 30, then 36. Okay, we have taken 6 different. Okay, first scale is of 6, so we have to mark the scale also. Y-axis 1 centimeter is equals to 6 students. Now how do we make the histogram then? 9.5 से 19.5, 6, तो 0 से तो बनाना ही नहीं, 9.5 से 19.5 बनाना है. This, then 18. बाकी you have to use scale. I'm not using scale, so please don't laugh on my lines. Okay, आप गलत नहीं बनाएंगे, आपको ठीक बनाना है, because I'm unable to use scale here. Third one is 12, then 24, and then it is 30. I hope it is very much clear to you how do we make the histogram. 18, 12, 24. So this is it. I hope it is very much clear to you. Now we'll be starting with frequency polygon and frequency curve and further. So please go through this carefully, make your notes, try to solve the questions, and if there are any queries you can ask me anytime. God bless you all. All the best.